Chapter 1: The First Morning. As dawn breaks over the cold concrete walls of the medium-security prison, the air fills with a mix of trepidation and bewilderment. Lucas, a first-time offender, recalls the overwhelming sense of guilt flooding his mind, each cell door clanging shut, echoing like a heartbeat, a reminder of the irrevocable choices that brought him here. Beside him, Maya, a once thriving artist, grapples with the reality of her confinement, her dreams now shadowed by despair. They both stand on the prison yard, eyes scanning the barbed wire above that confines their hopes. The soundscape swirls around them, distant shouts from guards, the metallic clatter of keys, and the chilling rustle of inmates adjusting to their new reality. In this moment of forced reflection, they confront their fears and secrets, setting the tone for the emotional journeys that lie ahead. As the sun reluctantly rises over their new world. Chapter 2: Rules of Engagement. As the sun rises higher, illuminating the stark concrete walls, the complex web of prison culture begins to unravel. Jamal, a former mechanic, takes a deep breath, preparing to navigate the unspoken rules that define life within these walls. Respect is everything here, he shares, highlighting the delicate balance of power and vulnerability among the inmates. Through his eyes, listeners witness the hierarchy that governs every interaction, where small gestures can carry significant weight. As new inmates arrive, the tension thickens. They must quickly learn the nuances of survival. Who to trust, how to read body language, and when to stay silent. Jamal reflects on his initial days of fear and confusion, painting a vivid picture of whispered warnings and hard-earned respect. The sounds of shuffling feet, quiet conversations, and the occasional shout from guards echo throughout the chapter, creating an immersive backdrop that captures the reality of prison life. Chapter 3: Finding Purpose. In the bustling heart of the prison, the hum of creativity begins to break through the isolation. Jamal, a former mechanic with calloused hands, discovers solace in woodworking. As he shapes rough timber into beautiful furniture, he finds peace in the rhythm of saws and the scent of fresh pine. His hands, once instruments of struggle, now craft hope. Meanwhile, Elena, a young mother, immerses herself in the world of poetry. With each word penned, she stitches together fragments of her life, weaving dreams of her children's laughter back into her spirit. Their narratives intertwine as they share stories during breaks, both finding purpose in their passions. Background sounds of saws, muffled conversations, and the soft scratch of pens against paper weave a tapestry of transformation. In this nurturing space, they begin to redefine their identities, moving beyond the mistakes of their pasts into a future filled with promise and creativity. Chapter 4: Confronting the Past. In a small, dimly lit room, inmates gather for a group therapy session, a rare opportunity to confront their demons and reflect on their choices. The echoes of their shared experiences reverberate off the concrete walls as Nina, a former social worker, takes a deep breath and begins to unravel her story. She speaks candidly about her struggle with addiction, tracing the path from her initial aspirations to the desperate choices that led her here. The atmosphere is thick with emotion, and muffled sobs emerge as others resonate with her pain. Lucas, sitting nearby, grapples with his own guilt, inspired to share his remorse for the hurt he's caused. The soft sounds of pen on paper punctuate the silence, capturing each confession. Amidst the sorrow, there's a flicker of hope, a collective understanding that acknowledging their past is a pivotal step toward healing and redemption. This chapter is a haunting reminder of the weight of one's history. Chapter 5: What Makes Us Human. In the hushed corners of the prison yard, inmates gather to share reflections on who they are beyond their crimes. Lucas opens up about his strained relationship with his family, revealing the pain of separation. He recalls laughter-filled moments from his childhood, juxtaposing them with the isolation he feels now. Meanwhile, Maya shares stories of her once vibrant artistic life, remembering the joy of creating and how her art defined her identity. As they speak, you hear distant echoes of children playing outside, a poignant reminder of life beyond the prison walls. Jamal chimes in, noting that, despite their circumstances, the essence of love and humanity persists within them. With each shared story, bonds strengthen and reflections deepen, resonating in the quiet as they collectively confront the feelings of loss, longing, and shared humanity. The background sound of soft shuffling feet and gentle laughter underscores their journey of rediscovery. Chapter 6. Confronting the Past. The atmosphere in the therapy room is heavy, filled with the unspoken weight of shared histories. Inmates sit in a circle, their eyes reflecting a mix of vulnerability and courage. Nina, a former social worker, takes a deep breath, her voice shaking as she begins to recount her harrowing journey through addiction, a battle she never anticipated would land her here. She speaks of broken promises and lost time, the pain echoing in her words. As she shares, the room listens in rapt attention, each story weaving a thread of connection amid their shared suffering. Tears fall softly, synchronized with the gentle sound of pen on paper, as inmates jot down their feelings. Occasionally, a soft sob breaks the silence, serving as a reminder of the struggles each one faces. Yet within this somber setting lies a flicker of hope, as the bonds of understanding deepen, offering a path towards redemption and healing amidst the confines of their reality. Chapter 7. Personal Growth and Resilience. In the quiet corners of the prison yard, Lucas sits on a weathered bench, reflecting on his journey towards self-forgiveness. As he grapples with the weight of his past, he shares, "I used to see myself only as a criminal. Now I'm learning to embrace the person I can become." Nina, too, finds solace in personal growth. Each day is a choice, she declares, as she discusses her newfound commitment to sobriety and the small steps she takes to rebuild her identity beyond her addiction. The sound of a ticking clock resonates in the background, symbolizing the passage of time and the urgency of change. In this moment of introspection, inmates exchange encouragement, recognizing that resilience is born from vulnerability. These personal revelations underscore a powerful truth. While their pasts may define them, their futures are still unwritten, filled with the promise of redemption and the hope of reinvention. Chapter 8. Dreams of Freedom. In the dim light of their shared cell, Mark and Sophia gather to discuss their dreams for a life beyond the prison walls. Mark's eyes gleam with hope as he shares his vision of opening a community kitchen where he can serve healthy meals to struggling families, a dream born from his own childhood hunger. "I want to give back," he says, his voice steady. "Food connects people." Sophia, with a wistful smile, speaks about her passion for helping at-risk youth. "I want to create a safe space for them, to show them there's a way out," she reflects, her determination palpable amid the stark surroundings. As they dream aloud, the sounds of chirping birds filtered through the barred window serve as a poignant reminder of the life that awaits them outside. The blend of their aspirations fills the room with an electric energy, painting a vivid contrast to the concrete confines surrounding them. Chapter 9. Connections with the Outside. Within the confines of concrete walls, the longing for connection with the outside world weighs heavily on the inmates. In this chapter, we hear from Elena as she eagerly anticipates letters from her children, her voice tinged with both hope and heartache. She speaks of the struggle to maintain relationships, feeling the distance of not just physical walls, but emotional barriers too. Inmates huddle together during visitation hours, sharing stories and laughter, yet each smile carries the shadow of absence. The sound of phones ringing echoes through the unit, punctuated by the muffled voices of family members on the other side of the glass. Rico describes the bittersweet feeling of seeing loved ones while knowing that time slips through their fingers like sand. This poignant chapter underscores the power of connection and the profound impact of love, even from behind bars, revealing the human desire for belonging and understanding amidst isolation. Chapter 10. The Day of Reckoning. The atmosphere in the prison is thick with anticipation as parole review day arrives. Inmates shuffle to their designated areas, whispers of hope and anxiety lacing their conversations. Lucas stands in front of the mirror, adjusting his collar for what feels like a pivotal moment in his life. Thoughts race through his mind: freedom, forgiveness, and the chance to right past wrongs. Meanwhile, Elena sits on her bunk, clutching a crumpled letter from her daughter, cherishing its words as a reminder of what awaits her outside. The soundscape shifts to the clinking of chains and the distant announcement of names echoing through the prison halls. Each name called feels like a lottery win or a crushing defeat. The heartbeats of both inmates and guards resonate in the background, underscoring the emotional weight of this day, a testament to the delicate balance between hope and despair. Chapter 11. The Waiting Game. As the sun sets, casting shadows in the dimly lit common area, the inmates grapple with the uncertainty of their futures. Lucas sits quietly, staring at the floor, lost in thought. The day of the parole review has come and gone, but the weight of anticipation lingers heavily in the air. In this limbo, anxiety intertwines with fleeting moments of hope, as each inmate reflects on the possibility of freedom. Maya leans against the wall, her heart pounding as she waits for news from her attorney, trying to calm her racing thoughts. The muffled sounds of distant conversations create an atmosphere thick with silent prayers and deep breaths. In this vulnerable space, they share whispered fears and dreams of the outside world, bonding over the common thread of uncertainty. Time drags, marked only by the ticking of a wall clock, a haunting reminder of how life outside continues to move, while they remain in the shadow of brick and steel. Chapter 12. The Aftermath. As the gates of the prison clang shut behind them, the world outside feels both exhilarating and overwhelming. We hear from Lucas, one of the newly released inmates, grappling with the sudden transition from confinement to freedom. His voice trembles with apprehension as he navigates bustling city streets, the cacophony of honking cars and distant laughter contrasting sharply with the silence of his former cell. Elena shares her experience of returning home to her children, the joy mingled with guilt for the lost years. Their stories intertwine, illustrating the complex emotions of reintegration, hope, anxiety, and uncertainty. The clattering of coffee cups at a nearby cafe blends with the uneasy silence of moments spent alone. Through their reflections, listeners witness the bittersweet beauty of second chances and the challenges of rebuilding lives after incarceration. The sounds of life bustling around them serving as a reminder of the path they must now forge. Chapter 13. Building New Lives. As the sun breaks over the horizon, Mark stands before a vibrant community kitchen, a dream that once felt unattainable, now a reality. His journey from prison to this bustling space symbolizes both transformation and hope. With the aroma of fresh ingredients filling the air, Mark reflects on how cooking saved him. It became a passion that transcended his past. He recounts his first day, nervously chopping vegetables alongside former inmates turned friends, all united by their shared commitment to community service. Laughter and conversation intertwine, creating an atmosphere of collaboration and support. Mark's vision extends beyond cooking. He envisions empowering at-risk youth to harness their creativity in the kitchen, just as he once found solace. The sound of sizzling pans and cheerful chatter underscores their shared resilience, reminding everyone that redemption is possible and new lives can be built from the ashes of their pasts.